Fox 2.
Now at 10, Governor Newsom takes a legal hit in a late-night ruling out of San Francisco as a federal appeals court allows President Trump to retain control of California's National Guard.
This decision is all about interpreting a federal statute that gives the president the power to federalize the National Guard under certain circumstances.
It was a unanimous ruling from the three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Meebach.
And I'm Claudine Wong. The decision puts on hold the ruling from a lower court judge who found that President Trump broke the law when he mobilized the troops without the consent of Governor Newsom.
In the ruling rejecting that lower court decision, the three-judge panel found the president did, in fact, satisfy the requirement to make the order through the governor. The judges also determined the president complied with the statute, which allows him to federalize a state's National Guard under the tenet that he is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States.
The court also said when we review, we need to be very deferential. We need to understand that we really shouldn't aggressively second guess the president when it comes to things like whether or not he can execute federal law with the regular forces. This is a win for the Trump administration. It says to the Trump administration that they can go ahead and federalize the National Guard for now.
And the judges did reject the president's argument that his decision is not subject to judicial review. This ruling now returns the case back to the U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer, and a hearing is scheduled for tomorrow morning in San Francisco. Law professor Jessica Levinson saying the appellate court ruling creates some challenges for the state moving forward.
They could also say, we're just going to continue with this case before Judge Breyer, meaning there is no temporary restraining order in effect in the case, but they will still argue their case and hope that they can win on the merits. Having said that, I think California does face an uphill battle because we do have an order from the Ninth Circuit saying that they think the president is more likely than not to succeed.
And in a statement just tonight, the governor vowing to keep his legal fight going, writing, the court rightly rejected Trump's claim that he can do whatever he wants with the National Guard and not have to explain himself to a court. The president is not a king and is not above the law. We will press forward with our challenge to President Trump's authoritarian use of U.S. military soldiers against citizens.
And President Trump also responded to the ruling on Truth Social, calling this a big win and saying in part, quote, this is much bigger than Gavin because all over the United States, if our cities and our people need protection, we are the ones to give it to them should state and local police be unable, for whatever reason, to get the job done. Again, tomorrow's hearing will go on as scheduled in a San Francisco courtroom. KTVU's Greg Lee will be there, and we'll have coverage for you starting in our noon newscast.